The Mole Season 2 is officially underway. Some of the contestants are already on high alert, and some of the contestants are giving them a reason to be. Suspicions are up, and even us at home are wondering, who is the mole? Tony looks like he should have been dropped off on Love Island instead of the mole. And it's really no surprise to me that he ends up in the season's first showmance. But he's a nervous player. The second that he tried to defend himself, he ended up saying the wrong thing.
I have nothing to say. I said no to the money. That's all I have to say.
You said no to the money?
I said no to the money.
Why?
You said no to the money?
I said no to the correction.
Now the crazy thing is, he isn't even the one who said no to the money. Muna is. But he said it and he fucked up when he said it, because now everybody's like, you said you did what now? And he also didn't help himself during that challenge where they had to pick somebody to be safe from elimination. He was like,
I have nothing really crazy to say. I'm just saying that I'm willing to see it go to zero.
Oh my God.
So if you guys are willing to see it go to zero as well, then we'll start with $0 and none of us will get the exemption.
yeah, you and the mole. Because the mole is also willing to let the pot go to zero. So if he isn't the mole, that's at least two people that are petty enough to let the pot drain all the way down. And he did it once, so he would probably do it again later in the game when it really, really matters, when there are less challenges and less opportunities to make that money back. If he doesn't think that made him a suspect, I don't know what game he think he playing. But look, this is his strategy. He's okay with being the villain, and I can't be mad at that. He's okay with pulling the strings. And then, of course, we have the woman who's pulling Tony's strings, Hannah. I mean, she is playing that man like a fiddle in an orchestra. Now, I should know better by now than to judge a reality show book by its cover, but I did judge Hannah, and I gotta own that. I thought she was gonna come in and be this cutesy blonde girl, but she proved me wrong damn near immediately. She is playing cute, but the key word there is playing, and she's using that cute game to her advantage. She's doing it as more of a strategy versus her actually being ditzy. At least that's how I see it right now. So personally, I'm excited to see how her game unfolds because I think she's going to continue to play Tony, and I think by the time Tony realizes that he's being played, it's going to be too late. I feel like she's in it to win it, or she's the mole, and only time will tell. Hey y'all, it's Nate. Welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. This video will contain spoilers for The Mole Season 2, episodes 1 through 3, so if you haven't seen them yet and you do not want spoilers, save this video and come back after you do. You are about to hear my thoughts on episodes 1 through 3, but of course I want to hear yours, so feel free to drop a comment below if you do want to participate in the conversation. And give this video a like before you go, so I know you enjoyed it. Quick housekeeping, because I know sometimes people just watch YouTube commentary videos, but they don't actually watch these TV shows. This Netflix version of The Mole is actually a reboot. The original show came out in 2001, I believe. And of course, it's a reality game show with the cash prize, like pretty much all of them are. But in this game, the cash prize is determined by doing all of these different types of challenges. They win the challenges, they get money added to the pot. And sometimes the decisions that they make or challenges that they lose will cause them to remove money from the pot, meaning that that money is not money that they have anymore. Now, the major twist in this show is that there is one person on the cast who is the mole. And the mole's sole purpose on this show is to essentially be a professional hater the entire season. In order to get that money removed from the pot, the mole is going to secretly sabotage challenges, stir up drama, whatever they can do in order to get everybody to lose the challenges or cause some type of issue so people don't trust each other. That's what the mole is doing. They're making sure that whoever that one person is who wins the money at the end of the game leaves with as least money as possible. So basically, like I said, they are a professional hater. And also the mole can't win, so there really is nothing in it for them. They're not winning the money. They just don't want to see you win the money either, which is really diabolical, and that's why I like this show. And of course, the mole can also not be eliminated, so they're never going to go home. It is their job the entire run of the season to make sure you don't get any money. And unlike a lot of other game shows where we, the audience, are in on it, we are not in on it with this show. We also have no idea who the mole is. So it's kind of like interactive in the sense that we get to play along and try to figure out who it is along with the contestants. So I kind of like that aspect of it. I am notoriously bad at figuring these things out, but I'm going to be attempting anyway throughout this season. So just hear me out. That being said, Michael is the mole. I'm not even going to hold you. Either he is the mole, or he's the biggest klutz in game show history, because I don't even know what he's doing. 20 minutes into episode 1. People think that Michael is the mole because he doesn't know his right from left. And remember that this camera is mirrored, so this is flipped. I know my right from left, but Michael does not. Michael cannot relate. So yeah, he did not know his right from left during that first challenge. His excuse was that his feet kept slipping in the mud, and the editors definitely did show that their feet were slipping, but that sounds just like something that the mole would say, because how come you don't know how to balance? And then we'll put an even bigger target on his back by dropping the emergency kit. See, that is the beauty of this game show. Any little thing you do, even if you're making an honest mistake, his hands literally slipped and he dropped the kit, people are going to think that he's purposely sabotaging that challenge because everyone is a suspect for being the mole. So that really does kind of keep you on your feet, not even to make an honest mistake in this game because you don't want to be accused, especially if you're not. But seriously, Michael, you cannot have butterfingers and butterfeet. You need to pick a struggle. I do want to talk about that first challenge because this is yet another example of Netflix being petty as hell, and I'm here for it like I usually am. Because imagine you walk in day one and you're like, yeah, like I'm so happy to be on the mole. I won out all these people. I'm about to win this money. And Netflix is just like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, y'all might not even be in the cast for real. We got these 5-6 other people who actually want your spot. So if y'all could just beat them for the spot, then everything will be good. And you just like, bitch, what? I thought I was already on the cast. Now, their POV was the only fair way to do it was to let it go to a vote and majority rules. And whoever majority decided was going to be the leader was going to be the leader. But at that point, what are you really voting on? Are you voting on how the person came dressed? Are you voting on if you're attracted to them or not? You can't be voting on if you think they're a strategic player or if you think you trust them because you just met them. So how is that fair when you're literally only going based off of a first impression, which is likely incorrect? Now, me personally, speaking as somebody who's just viewing, and of course, I have 20/20 vision because I'm looking at it not in the stress of it all, I think that they should have let the leader be chosen at random. Now, the trade-off for that is that they would have lost $10,000 because they were being offered $10,000 to pick someone to be the leader. And if they didn't pick someone, it was going to be chosen at random and they would lose that $10,000. Whoever decided to be the leader, if somebody stood up to be the leader or somebody was voluntold to be the leader, they were the one who was going to have their spot taken by one of the 5 people. So why would anybody volunteer for that? Which means that the only option is for the group to push you and vote you into being the leader. So you're already kind of making for a hostile environment within 10 minutes of meeting each other, and I don't know if that's the route you want to go with this game. Because no one wants to go home without actually playing. Think about it, you just went through all this stuff, you finally get here, you think you're about to be in the game, and now your whole group is saying, well, I want you to be the leader and you might go home. You didn't even really get to play the game for real. So it was a setup from the beginning for real. I think they really should have just taken the L on the 10K and just let it be chosen at random. And once one person threw out a name and they said, I want to vote for Neesh, everybody jumped on the bandwagon because at least it's not me. Like, if it's not me, then I'm good. I'm going to just throw out whatever. And Neesh is very lucky that his team had good aim because for a second there, I was like, this is our first and last viewing of Neesh because he ain't about to make it. However, nothing is ever as it seems with this game because as soon as he did win and he got to keep his spot, Hannah was on his ass.
I'm thinking, why was it so easy for Neesh to get the last 4 out? If Neesh is the mole and we nominated him to be our leader, the mole can't go home. Was it easy on purpose?
Now, as mentioned, Neesh got the short end of the stick during that first challenge. And unfortunately, I feel like it set him up for the remainder of this game. At least what we have seen so far in episodes 1 through 3. Because now people are going to constantly think, oh, he wants to be a leader. When that's not the case, he didn't want to be a leader. Y'all made him a leader. But that's what people don't remember how he got there. They're just remembering that he was there. And it's kind of setting him up to be like, well, maybe he's the mole. Maybe we shouldn't trust him. Because he's clearly not a fan favorite amongst the rest of the cast members. They tried to take him out day 1. And some people think that the only reason he didn't go home is because he's the mole. Because the mole can't go home. And that's not really a good place to be in. And then there's Tony, who just wants to bully him.
I don't know if he is the mole, but he's someone that I would definitely give a wedgie to and shove in a locker.
Dana also can't stand him. Let's talk about Muna. I like Muna. She's like, yeah, people are going to think I'm a pushover because of the hijab. Is it hijab or hijab? I'm pretty sure it's hijab. And I'm using that to my advantage, as she should. Use that to listen, whatever advantages you can come into this game with, or pretty much any of these reality show games, use that to your advantage. Because best believe everybody else is going to be playing up their advantages, just like Hannah is with her cute blonde thing that she has going on. But I do wonder if Muna's going to be able to pull it off because she seems really nervous under pressure. When I hear her try to distract or take the heat away from herself, I think that it's very obvious that she's lying. I do have to keep in mind that I know that she's lying, so for me it's like, isn't it clear? But maybe they really can't tell. I personally think she's a bad liar. I don't know how long she's going to be able to keep this game going. Like when she lied about taking the money right before that first vote, I thought it was pretty obvious that she was lying. She was like, it's not me, girl.
Mona, it's not me, girl. I was just asking.
It's not.
Who says that unless there's somebody who's guilty? But also, I know that she took the money, so That could just be me being like, yeah, it's obvious because I already know. Not it's obvious because it's actually obvious. If you're going to go the route of playing a hard game, which we all know I am a fan of, especially if you're going to do it out the gate, you better be a good liar, because people eventually will see through it. Even if they don't tell you that they see through it, they're just clocking it and taking notes every single time you lie. What are your mannerisms? So you better be good at it. The interesting thing about this game, though, is that your cast members can't vote you out. So if there were ever a game where you can play a hard game, this is the one to do it in. This isn't like Survivor or even that other Netflix reality game show called The Trust, where if you play a hard game and people don't like you, they're just going to vote you out. The way that people go home on this show is by not answering questions correctly. And the questions are just the same for everyone, and they're based on things that happen throughout the day, and they're designed so that you can narrow down who the mole is. So they'll ask like, the mole is between this age range and this age range, or what color shirt was the mole wearing? I don't know if that's something they ask, but they'll ask you questions to see how you deduct who the mole is. And the person who gets the least amount of questions right is the one who goes home. It's not a vote out in the standard way. It's based on how well are you clocking who the mole is. So at the end of the day, you can play as shady as you want to on this game, because nobody has the power to send you home. Because as long as you answer those questions right during elimination, you're not going home. Some people do seem to lose sight of the game sometimes, but Q is right there to remind them what time it is.
I came here to win a game. There's
So you
only
came
one
here
winner.
to win money. Money. Do you want to win the game or you want to win money?
I'm gonna be real. I didn't have much to say about Q until that exemption challenge, because I felt like he was there, but he was kind of blending into the background. But when he was like, look, are y'all here to play the game or y'all here to win money? Because baby, I'm here for the money. I was like, oh, okay, he's here to play the game. He started blaming it on Gen Z. I was like, this man is losing it. Another person I wasn't too sure about was Sean. I initially thought he was the Mo, ex-undercover cop, but he almost passed out when he had to scale that building, and I was like, if he is the Mo, he wouldn't be able to handle pressure, so clearly he's not. He's just a guy trying to win the money. Because I don't think that fear can be faked. I don't think those tears could have been faked. That man was terrified. He was scared for his life. He was like, I signed up for the Mo, not Fear Factor, and they got him over here scaling build. That man looks so scared. I can't. Oh, he looks so scared. He looked terrified. I can't believe they made him do that. These producers be putting them through it. Like, they legitimately be trying to take these people out. Sometimes I fear, like, are the producers okay? They got them diving to the ocean floor for shipwrecks. When they were carrying those heavy-ass treasure chests, one of the barrels fell out, and all I could think was, if one of these treasure chests, which look heavy as hell, falls on somebody, it is game over. In both the game of the Mo and the game of life, if this falls on somebody. So Sean, I see why you were crying. These producers not playing around with y'all. They said they're gonna make y'all work for this money. One thing that production did get right though is the host and his attire. Like, do y'all see Ari coming through with these suits? It's giving Deal or No Deal. It's giving Louis V fashion show front row. Y'all better put some Ari SPECT on his name. I'm sorry, I wrote that joke down and everything, so just don't mind me. Please don't unsubscribe. Unfortunately, not everybody made it past those first 3 episodes to see Ari's fits in the first place. Jen was ready to play, and I was sad to see her go. I felt like she was going to play a really, really good game. She seemed like she was here to win it. And she was ready to play. She was the first person to rush to that phone and pick it up when Ari first called, and everybody was giving her side eyes like, why you running to the phone? The Mo will run to the phone. But she was ready to play the game, so I'm sad that she just couldn't answer the questions right. I think she would have been a great player. And then there's Andy, Grandpa Andy. I just want to talk about model trains with him. I don't know, he's so cute. He's such a grandpa. I'm also sad that he got eliminated. But I know it's only going to get worse from here, but easier, because we can start figuring out who the Mo is. I don't know yet, but I'm hoping that I'll find out. Now, like I said, I'm bad at figuring out things like this, like who's being sneaky. I'm probably wrong, but I have a good feeling that I got my people who I think it is. I think I said Sean, I don't think he is anymore. He wouldn't have been crying, scaling that building. I also don't think it's Q, because Q said, are y'all here to play or y'all here to win money? Period. Let's get on board. Y'all have lost the plot. So I don't think it's Q either. Michael is top of my list. I think it could be Michael. He don't know his right from left. I'm with everybody else on that. I also do think it could be Tony or Hannah, because they were both willing to sit there the whole time, and now they're in this romance. And Hannah really could be the Mo, because she could be using this whole romance showman situation to throw Tony off. So we're gonna see how it plays out. Do y'all think y'all could play this game? If I played this and I was the Mo, I am folding the second someone asks me. I'm just not a good liar, so I wouldn't be able to be no, it's not Not I am the Mo. Why would you ask that? The original Mo was actually one of my COVID binges. I watched, funny enough, Survivor and the Mo, the original shows, during COVID when there was nothing else going on. And that's how I found out about the show. And then Netflix rebooted it, I think, like a few years. I mean, it's only been 4 years since COVID. So Netflix renewed it shortly after that. And I was like, ooh, this is great. And I'm loving this season so far. I will be here actually a little later today to talk about episodes 4 and 5. So be on the lookout for that in a few hours. And then, of course, come back here each week so we can talk about each new batch of episodes. Let me know in the comments who you think is the mole currently, only from episodes 1 through 3. And I'll see you here next time. Bye. The one who said I'm ashy. No, listen to me, Nay. How many times do I have to tell you? It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the ash again. Let's run it from the top. For the Mo season, what am I covering? Episodes 1 through 3? Okay, I forgot which episodes these are. For the Mo season 2, episodes. So we're not gonna get through the intro. We're not gonna be able to get through the intro today. Okay, no, that's fine. I might as well just start from the top. Sabotaging? Is that the word? How do you say sabotaging? I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but like that's not wrong. Oh, ex-undercover cop.
My hands shaking like I need it. I don't know why you got me sinking so low. Yeah. Girl, you got me restless.